All right. So welcome back, everybody. Let's go straight to the Zoho Books. So let's type Zoho. And if you have Zoho already logged in, you're going to see that it will show you your last entry. So I can click here. Okay, I can click here and then we can access Zoho. So let's see what's going to come up. It's loading. Yeah. So I want to click on next. And I click on sign in. Okay. So yeah, let me do something. I'm coming. I want to change this account. Yeah, let me change this account to another account. Boom. Code 4. Okay, next. Then yeah. Okay, so let's look at what happened. Okay, save it. Yeah. So authentication app. Sign out. Secure your account using MFA. Password alone cannot protect your whatever. Remind me in 2 weeks. Okay, let me click on remind me in 2 weeks. Okay. I just hope this is the account that we have been using all along. I hope this is the account. So let me quickly to know if this is the account. Let me just go to our items. I will know from the items if that is the account we'll be using. Okay, so here are all the items that we have. Okay, neither service, vehicle detailing, vehicle spare parts, income, vehicle inspection and diagnostics, right? Let me also go to the chart of accounts. So under the chart of accounts, yeah, I think this is the account we are using. Okay, so fine, we are good to go. So now what we're going to do now, let's quickly go back to our chart of account, which we have on our Excel. Quickly want to go to our chart of accounts and let's do something. Not this one. Let me close this. So let me just search charts of accounts. All right. Chart of accounts. Okay, so let's quickly just capture more items on it. So we've done a lot of the incomes. We've captured all the incomes, and that's fine. Let's now capture some other things like, yeah, let's go to the top. The first thing we want to work on is our cash and cash equivalent. So the first thing we want to talk about our petty cash admin. So I just want to copy this, and let me be very fast to stay at it. So I just copy because the first thing we did was to first of all create a chart of account on our Excel so that we understand everything that we want to create on Zoho Books, and that has worked for us very fine. So what I'm just going to do is I just want to go and edit what I have on my Zoho Book so that it looks like would I call this a replica or the like a prototype or whatever it is. Okay, I don't know English, I don't know. So let's come over here and so this is a cash and cash equivalent. Let's look at where we have cash. So under cash, we have petty cash. Let's click on this petty cash. I think this is the petty cash that we have been using for our posting. And all these transactions have entered into our petty cash. So I think the best thing to do, let's see if we can edit this. And if this account is not permanent, look at it, it's permanent already. So let's change this petty cash and just change it to our petty cash admin. All right. So this is good. You can save this like this. Now, the next thing we want to do, want to go back. Yeah, this is on this post fund. Let's also edit it. I think this is also cash. You also want to edit it, and yeah, here also is locked. So let's go and do something. Let's go to our chart of accounts. Yeah, even the petty cash I did now, I have not put, I didn't put the code of account. So it means we have to go back to that petty cash I just did now and try to get it back. So let me just go, let me close this out and come back to the cash, this item. I come and edit it like this. Then under the code, account code, I just want to put this, the code that we've selected for it. Now to click on save. That is fine. Then I want to come to this other cash item. Then we edit it also. And then because this is also logged as a cash item, let's go to our petty cash and see which of them are the cash. Okay, all these are cash. This is also the main cash account. Let's just copy this main cash account, and we want to come back to our Zoho Books and put it here. Right, then want to look at the code of this one also. The code of this one is this that is here. We copy also, and we come back to our Zoho Books. I want to like insert it here. Fine. Then the next thing you want to do is, if you read, you can read this description. If it matches what you want, you can go ahead with it. But if it doesn't match it, you can delete it and put whatever description that best suits what you want. Okay, so that is fine. So you can put whatever the description that best suits what you want to achieve. I'm just going to click on save. So it's saved now. The next thing we want to do is let's now check back to our chart of account, and let's see. So these are the only two cash that we have. So for us to be able to create additional cash, we need to now, because there's no other thing that we want to edit. So what we are going to do is want to click on new. When we click on new, right, because we still have another cash account, we want to click on this account type and select cash. So once we've selected cash, then we want to go back to let's go back to our this. So we've done this, these two have been done. Fine, these two have been done. So the next thing I want to do is this one, this workshop income. I just want to copy these, copy it, then I come back to this place. I come back to this place. So this is the name. This is the name that it will be. Right? They want to check the code of account also. Code of account. So from the code of account, we click here, and then we also copy the code of accounts. All right. So we copy it, then we come back here, and we want to put it right here. Uh-oh, I thought I inserted something here now. Okay. The code of account, then I come back here, I go and take this workshop, then I come back here, I put it here. Yeah, so we've done this, so we want to also save out. We've saved it. So hopefully now we have 3 cash accounts, and I think that is all the cash that we have on our chart of account. So the next one we want to work on now is the bank account. So let's also color this one to show that we have actually worked on this. So I color it as well. So I want to color this one to show that we've worked on it as well. So the next thing we want to do, we want to now work on the banks. So let's work on bank money. This is one of the banks that we have. One of the banks that we have. I want to come back to. So this is one of the banks that we have. So let me just come. I click on new. There's no bank here at all. So there's no bank. We just have cash. So in order to be sure, we would like check for. Okay, so this is sorting. Account name. Okay, so we can actually check from here to see account types, active account, inactive account, accounts, asset account. So I think under our asset account, that's where we're going to have That's where we are going to have cash and cash equivalent. So under our asset account, we have stocks, we have cash, which we have captured. Then we have other assets, other current assets, and that is all. So we don't have bank here. So let's go and create our bank. So I click here, then I want to change this to bank. So this is bank. Then what is the bank name? I think I've copied it already. I just press Ctrl V to show it. Then I come back to my chart of accounts. I want to copy my code. So this is my code here. I'll just copy it from the what's it called? All right, so I copied it from there. Then I want to come here to put my, yeah. So now when you are creating bank, and another thing that you are going to see, apart from you copying the account code, you also need the account number. For instance, if is the bank that you know the account number, you can put the account number over here. But that doesn't mean that this your account is live. It doesn't mean that whatever transaction is happening in your bank that automatically it will be entering the bank. No, that's not what I mean. But at least you must show that it's a bank, right? Account number should be here. Then the currency. What currency are we using? Obviously, it's Naira over here. So that's why Naira is selected. So here, the account number that you're using, you're going to put it. But there's no account number for this. It's just a demo we're doing. So I'm going to just click on save. And that will be the first bank that we're going to have. Then the next thing, we can also have additional banks. We can have additional banks. So we've done this. The next thing is this bank. So let's come to this bank and let's also copy this bank, Ctrl C. And we want to come back to this place. And let's go and click on add again. I want to add a new account. So it's also bank. I select account type and I put bank. Then account name, the name of the account is actually this Fidelity account. Then the code, we're going to copy the code. Then if we have the account number, we put the account number here also. You can put whatever descriptions that you need. Okay. If it's a DOM account, you can also come over here to where you have currency and select if it's a DOM account, an euro account, and so on and so, a pounds account, and so on and so forth. But let's just leave everything as a Naira account for now. So let's go and copy the code. We come over here, we come and copy this code, and we have copied the code. We'll Ctrl C, then we'll come back to what we are looking at, and yeah, so we'll come back here, and then want to put the code like this. Then the account number, if you have it, you put it. Then you also check the currency. Is it a DOM account or is it a Naira account? You can also put it. At the end of the day, you can click on save. So I believe we are all following. So are you following? Are you following? Mr. Ibrahim, you can drop a chat on the chat box. I can see you are raising your hand. Drop a chat on the chat box. So let me see from the chat box. Others, can you hear me? Let me see a thumbs up if you can hear me. That's good. So that's fine. So Mr. Ibrahim, if you have anything to say, kindly drop it on the chat box so that we can know. Okay, we can't hear you. Is it just from you or from everybody? Please, if you can hear me, kindly chat, put it on the chat if you can hear me. Somebody said he or she can't hear me. So put on the chat so that the person can either go on follow or on go and try and rejoin. Okay, others can hear me actually. You can see their thumbs up. They can hear me. So try to re-log in. Okay, how far with the export from the Excel chart that was created? We can hear you, sir. Okay, that's fine. So let us continue. So let's continue. Mr. Ibrahim, we'll come back to this later. Let's go on. Let's go on with the class. We'll come back to that later. So now this, as I said, I've explained time without numbers that when it comes to a chart of account, we are not going to go and okay, though we can actually get the, let's go to our chart of account. We can actually come to this side as well, and can, you can import, you can export chart of account from here. You can actually import, you can export chart of account. Okay, once you export the chart of account, for instance, then you can populate it. When you populate it, then you can now come back and import it into this place. But I've said it times with that number that we don't want to do that for this chart of account, because there are some accounts that naturally they make it permanent. You cannot disable them. Okay, you can't disable them because they are permanent over there. So you can even see that those accounts are locked. And I told you that these accounts, you cannot delete them, you cannot disable them, you have to use them. So in order for us not to have duplicates, because if we say we want to import our own chart of account, and under our chart of account we have inventory, for instance, you're going to be dealing with this inventory that is locked, and you're going to have another inventory also. So it becomes a challenge that we might need to now start doing a lot of manual editing. We want to now we may need to like that our own that we have put there, might need to make it inactive, because already there's an inventory account that is already here that is locked. So a lot of accounts are locked. You cannot disable them. The only thing you can do is that you can edit them. You can edit them to your taste, but you cannot change the account type that they have. Inventory is always going to be an inventory account. You cannot change it. Cash, a cash account will always be a cash account. You cannot change it, especially those ones that have been locked. Okay, so that is why we are not. It's not like we cannot import our chart of account. We can. You can come here. Sorry, under where you have your new. Let me go back to the chart of account. Under where you have new. Okay, so you to click on new. Come to the right hand side. You will see this more options. Right. You see these more options. Once you click on the more options, you will see where to sort by or to import chart of account. So that is that. So that is that. So for those of us that is asking, why have we not imported and all those stuff? For chart of account, I've said it, we cannot import the chart of account because we don't want to now go on and continue to do all those stuff. So that's fine. Let's now go on. So now we have taken our Fidelity account. The next thing we want to do is we want to take our Wema Bank account. Okay, so we now come over again and we copy the Wema Bank, Control C, and then we want to come here and put it. Okay, sorry. We want to come here and come and click on New. When we click on New, then here is also a bank. You select bank, and from there you want to come over here and put what you have copied over here. Ctrl V. Hold on, I'm coming. Okay, so I've been able to sort what I want to do. So now you put that bank over there. Then the next thing is that you want to put the code of the account as well. You come here, you select the code, you copy it, and then you want to come and put it right there. So we come here, we copy the code, and we come over here to come and put the code. Now, don't forget the account number if you know it. Then if there's any description you want to put, then also don't forget the currency type. If it's a dollar account, a Great Britain, that is whatever it is, you also put it here, okay? Then you save it and all that. So with this, we've been able to create a lot of our asset, right? Which, our asset is divided into several places or several categories. This is just the cash and cash equivalent that we are working on. So the last cash and cash equivalent is this item here, which is Providence Bank. We also copy it. When we copy it, we also come here. We want to put it in that place and click on New. Okay, you come and you change this one now to bank. Once you change this to bank, you want to put this one here. Then the next thing you want to do is the code of account. Let's put the code of account quickly. Code of account, we copy here, Ctrl C, and then we want to come and put it right here. Okay, so this is it. Then don't forget your account number. Don't forget the currency. Don't forget the description if you have any. That is fine. So we have been able to create all the cash and cash equivalent. So we have no issues now. When we want to create any invoice now, we don't need to start posting it to our petty cash account. We don't need to. So we can just assume that those postings that we've done before, we can even go and move those postings that we have in our petty cash account. We can move it away from there, from our bank. We can just go to the bank and check how much do we have in our petty cash account. We can just move everything from the petty cash account back into the account that we want to be using for a transaction. Okay, so that is possible. Now, another thing that I want to look at, when you are creating your invoice, right? I told us about when money is withheld. If they withhold money, the account that it should go to is withholding tax receivable. So anyone that they withhold from you is a credit to you, right? Which you can actually use to offset your CIT in the future. So that thing is an asset to you because it's like an advance tax. So if you check when we posted yesterday, it was also showing that it's an advance tax. They've collected tax in advance from you. So that tax cannot be used to offset VAT. No, it can only be used to offset your CIT. So what do? Let's also try and create these other categories of account, okay? Let's go and create our staff debtor, our staff work advance, our staff salary advance. Then we want to, because we want to create our withholding tax receivable account. So let's go and try that. Then there's another thing I also want to show us. For the stock, we're going to put this one. Then there's an account I want to show us, and I don't know. Okay, that is going to be under liability. So not here. Okay, it's not here. So other current liabilities. So it's not here. So let's quickly go and do all these things that we have here, and then let's move on. So also remember that we also have our asset, right? You can also check how assets are going to be treated also. But let's continue first and let's see what is going to happen. Okay, so the first thing we are creating is a staff debtor account. We quickly copy it and we come back to our book and we create on. So let's go back to that is our other current asset. So we come here, we want to select account type. We're going to select other current assets. Okay, other current asset, and fine. We want to put the name here, Control V. Then we want to select the code. I want to select the code as well. Okay. So I expect everybody to have this this chart of account now, and I expect everybody to have created his or her own account company online. And I expect that you also must have populated everything you need to populate now. Okay, but if you have not done that, you can still do that during the week because it's very, very important. It's very, very important. So what you need to do is, first of all, learn by, most people learn by imitation. Just if you have your chart of account, you can check the chart of account that I've sent you. Try and use that to create your own, okay? So that is the best way to go. People learn by imitation. Look at what I've done. From what I've done, you can also try to now craft yours out from what I've done. And then if you need any assistance, you can also ask me. I'll be willing to assist. So we copy this, we come here and yeah, we come and put it under the code of account. If you have any description, you can put the description here and then we save. Now, when we come to our other current liability, I'm going to show us something. Let me try and create another account now. Then you are going to see something. So this is prepaid expenses. Let's go and check if we have anything under prepaid expenses. Let's go and check. So we've done this, then we can have staff salary advance. Let's quickly check this as well. Staff salary advance. I copy it. I come over here. So other current asset, auto V. Then I want to come to this side. I want to select these. Now I want to say something that Zoho Books, we checked the interface the other day and we checked the different product that they have. So there is a section that is free. So that version, that free version is what we are using now. Okay, so that free version, I think you can create like 1,000 invoice on it. And the sales module, right? The sales module does not have any issue. You can use the sales module like that. Every functionality from the sales module is necessary, is important, or is achievable, right? But when you now come to the purchases module, where you have your vendors and everything, the only drawback or the only setback for using the free version is that when you come to your purchases, right, your vendors, you can't pay them partly. Just like the way we can actually capture invoices, like we can capture invoices and receive payment in parts. But for your vendors, you might not have that ability to start paying your vendors little by little. So it means that any vendor that you want to pay for any job is either you decide that, okay, if the job is like 200,000, if you have paid him just 500, sorry, you have paid him just 50,000, you only go and capture 50,000, because it's like it allows you to always treat your vendors at a go. But there's another way that we can go about it. If you check this place, you say, make this a sub account. We're going to learn this functionality, how to make something a sub account. Naturally, this our vendor, right, is supposed to report under all the trade payable. It's supposed to report under trade payable. But because we are using a free version, it will limit us that we won't be able to receive payment, pay those vendors partly. So that is what will now make us to now go and bypass it and see other ways in which you can still achieve what you want to achieve. So here now we have withholding tax receivable. Okay. What about the advanced tax we saw the other day? Advanced tax. Okay, so this is the advanced tax. So this is what we ought to create. This is what we ought to change to that our withholding tax. So that is the withholding. So let me do something. This one, I will change this one from withholding tax. Let me go back to my template. So we still have prepaid rent and whatever. So let me go and call it prepaid orders. Let me call that prepaid orders. Control C, I come over here. I'm going to call it prepaid order. So I'm going to edit this one now because we already have an account that we're using for these. Okay, so I want to, oh, sorry. Not this. Come back to the chart of accounts and then click on this. Now we want to edit this one now from this and call it, yeah, so let me call it this one. And let me also change the code. I also want to change the code. The code is going to be this rather than that one that it is. Then that place where we have the advanced tax is what we're going to call our withholding tax, because that is where our invoice was posted to. The withholding tax that was taken from our invoice was actually posted to that to this advanced tax. So let me check for it. Advanced tax. Let's go back to, okay, here. So here is it. So this is where the withholding tax was posted to. So any tax which is paid in advance is recorded into the advanced tax account. This advanced tax payment could be a quarterly, half-yearly, or yearly payment. Okay, so we're going to go on to edit this because this is what we want to use as our withholding tax credit accounts. So we come over here. This is locked. But here, we're going to edit this one, okay? So let's go to our Excel. From our Excel, we copy this one, withholding tax receivable account, we copy it, and we come over here, and we want to change this to that account. Yeah, so then we also want to take the code. The code for that, we want to take it, and we also copy. Then we come and put it right here. Okay, so Ctrl V. and that we have been able to save it. So automatically, when you go to your reports now, you're going to see that 222,000 has been withheld. Part of our money that has been withheld, this is the amount, right? So you can easily see that, right? You can see that. Okay. So you can actually see that. So is our asset, right? So it's going to be treated like, you can see now that he's debiting the customer's account, right? To show that this customer is actually owing us. So it's an asset to us. So it debit this customer's account as if this customer is actually owing us. So that is fine. So let's go further. Let's go and check for other things I said we're going to do. We want to also, so we've done all these. Let's also kind of finalize with these. I think I saw a prepaid something account the other time. Let's just go and check. Control C. We come back and we come and check this place. Let's click on new. Click on new. Did I say any? Yeah, inventory is here. Prepaid expense is here. So let's click on prepaid expense and we click on edit. And here, this is going to be okay. It's not logged. Okay, it's fine. So come here. We now change this one to this. So prepaid rent and rates. Then want to come back to our Excel. We copy the code in front of it. This is the code we have to use. We copy it, and then we come back to this place, and then want to put the code here. So you check the description. If it fits what you want, it's fine. You can save it, and yeah, everybody's fine. So we come back here now. We've been able to like almost capture everything that is needed, except for certain things. We have some fixed asset here. We have our stock. We have other current asset, which is employee advance. So I think when we have that, our is this salary advance or something like that? Staff or whatever that we did the other time. Okay, so this staff work advance. There's a place we have staff salary advance. So I think that ought to be what we use as employee advance. Let me see if this thing has been logged. Let me see if it has been logged. You can see it has been logged. So that's what we ought to have used as this our account. So therefore, we might need to go and change it. So this our staff salary advance that we have. So this is one of the things that I said we don't actually want to see when we are creating our chart of accounts. Now, if you populate that your exact template, right, and you just import it in, later you will start noticing that in your chart of account, you already have staff salary advance. That's what we call our own. At the same time, we are also having employee advance, which is the same thing, right? So which is the same thing, which means that you might need to come back and start making one inactive or making one whatever. So here, this one now, let's see what we can do. Can we delete this? I think we can delete it. So let's come here. Let's go back and see how we can delete it. So we come here, we select this, and we can either mark it as active or mark it as inactive. At the same time, we can delete it. So let's delete it because we already have something we want to use it for. So when we have staff work advance or employee advance, which of them should we use it for? Should we use it for staff work advance or should we use it for staff salary advance? Can you unmute or can you drop in the chat what is going to be the right classification? Employee advance. Is it going to be staff salary advance or staff work advance? Somebody should answer in the chat box. Please, can we have access to the recorded class for practice, even if it is for a specific period of time? Okay, I guess this person is just joining us for today. Yeah, this person is just joining us for today. Right from time, we've always had access to the recordings. Okay, you can check our YouTube account, YouTube page. You see all the recordings of what we've been doing all along. So fine, thanks for asking, but you can always have access to it. Okay, so they said we should make it our staff salary advance. So let's delete this one. So we come here and then we delete it. So you can see there's a box here. Once you tick the account you want to delete, if it's not an account that is locked, like all this account that is locked now, you can't delete them, okay? But anyone that is not locked, you will see a box beside it. Once you select it, you can always come over here and just click on delete, and then it's going to ask you some questions, and you can go ahead and delete. But one thing you must notice that most of these things is easy to delete now, but what if you have posted something to it? If you have posted something to it, it becomes difficult to actually delete it. So because already it has some transactions in it, so it may ask you some questions. If you are able to answer the question well, and it is satisfied with your question, then with your answers, then it can permit you to either delete it or make it inactive. Okay, so we are going to choose Star Salary Advance for that account. We now go, we copy here, and we come back and put it right here. So yeah, so this is what we want to have here. We want to put the code of account here as well. So we're going to come back and check for the code. This is the code of account. I'll come here, we copy, and we go and put it right there. So sorry that we have to be doing this, but it's just what it is. Assuming all those things are not logged, we would have been able to actually import. It's easier when you are doing your customers, because there's no customer that will be made permanent, no vendor that will be made permanent, none of them. So you are the one to create your own customer by yourself. But here now, this is the chart of account. There's a way that Zoho Books has programmed their software that if those places are not logged, you might miss out what you ought to actually put in those things, right? So they want to ensure that before you will reach out to them to say that your system is not well structured, is not well arranged, they want to put some setting like foundation on ground that, okay, this is where we want our whatever to report to. This is where we want our inventory to report to. So they know all those accounts that are important, those key accounts that they don't want you to go and mess up by yourself. So they will make sure that those places, they lock it for you, so that at every point in time, you can only edit to your taste, right? You can only edit it to your taste. You cannot bypass whatever they've done there. So for our inventory, let's also go and check our inventory. I think we have an inventory account. So for our inventory, our stock, this is what we call our own stock. We want to click here and copy from here, right? Control C, and go back to the thing we are doing. So we want to come back here and then want to check this one. We edit it, and so this is stock. You can see that this is logged. So you just want to cancel this and put your own description. So this is stock. That is spare part stock. That's what we are. That's what we have over there. So it's our spare part we want to have as our inventory. Then we want to come to this, our code of account. We also want to copy it, and we come back and come and put it right there. Okay, so that's fine. We come here, we come and put it here. Okay, so then we save. So far so good. We are doing well. Now the next thing, we have seen that we have captured almost everything. Now one thing that is remaining is this, our account receivables account, which I think our account receivable account is going to be the same. Okay, so you can see our account receivable account is not changing. The only thing that we need to add is the code of account. So let's just copy the code of account, Control C, Control V. Sorry, I needed to copy Control C. I want to put Control V. Okay, let me copy Control C. Did I make a mistake? I did make a mistake. Control Z. Okay, I think it's 30. Right, it's actually 30. So Control C now. Fine. So it's 30. I come back to our charts of accounts, and this our account pay receivable. I want to edit it and put the code that we have there. So because we have started posting already, we already have figures there. So you can see that your invoices that you have been posting, they have been going to your account receivables account. So automatically, anytime you post anything, it's assumed that the guy is still owing you. it's assumed that they are owing you unless you now prove that they have paid. Okay, if you don't prove that they are paid, it's just really showing that the people are actually owing you. So this is the transaction now that is now in that account that is showing that they have not paid. So look at the way the transaction is going. When we create an invoice, the account is debited. Then when we receive payment, right? When we receive payment, the account is credited. When we post another account, another transaction, it is debited. When we receive payment, it's debited. So that's how we keep going over and over until the last transaction that we have here that we did not receive payment for. Okay, so that is what the balance that we have in that account to show that there's actually a customer that is owing us that has not paid us. So that is what we have over there in that account. So let's go back to our. So the next thing we saw there, we also see that fixed asset is showing its head. So there's one fixed asset here, which you might also need to also work on. So no fixed asset has been captured over here. So let's go and check our chart of account. We've done all these. I think we've not done this insurance. Prepaid insurance. Let's quickly copy, Control C, and let's go and do our prepaid insurance. Okay, so we come here, want to do our prepaid insurance. So we just click on new. Okay, when we click on new, yeah, this other current assets, fine. Then this is the name. The name is this prepaid insurance. Then we want to check on the account code. Let's go and check for the account code. Account code is this. So for those people that missed out when we're actually creating our chart of account, I think this is just a bit of what we did then that we needed to show everybody. And that is what we're doing now. You can always put your description if you like, but I want to save this, and that is that. So the next thing we want to do is we have our fixed asset. Fixed asset now is not showing its face. The first thing we are looking at as fixed asset is furnitures and fittings. So let's edit it. Let's see what is the name that we call our furnitures and fittings. Obviously, we have furnitures and fittings as well. So let's come over here. The first thing we are going to look at is our costs. To show that this furniture and fitting is at cost, let's just copy it. You can do your own anyhow you like, okay? But this is how I chose to do mine so that we can have a clear difference to show that this is cost and the other one is going to be the accum div. So we come over to this place, right? We want to clean this one and put Ctrl V. I'm sure this is going to be locked. Okay, this is not locked. Okay, well, fine. So we've done our first fixed asset, which is furnitures and fittings. Then the next thing we want to do is want to now copy the code. We also copy the code. I want to come over here and want to put it. Sorry, want to come over here and want to put it. Now, I think for this furniture and fitting that they put here, they assume that every organization must sit, they must have chair to sit down, they must have table. So no matter the organization, even if you are into welding, maybe all you are doing is you are into construction of stuff, maybe you're a welder, you still need chairs to sit down, you still need tables. Okay, so I think that is why the only asset that they put there is actually furniture and fitting, and they didn't even lock it so that if you like, you want to say that you don't need any asset, you can also use it for something else. So with this, we are done with our asset. We've done the first, only one asset, and we've done the cost. But at the same time, we didn't put the code. Did we put the code? Yeah, we did. We put the code also. So if you create one asset like that, don't forget that you also have an accumulated depreciation on that asset. So we've created this asset already. We also need to have an accumulated depreciation on this asset. So let's come and color it to show that we've created it, right? So we've created this asset, and that is fine. Then we still have others to quickly create. So let's just watch it and see how far we can go. Let's quickly create all these things. Probably we should have done all this on the first day that we met. But let's see. We come over here, want to create another one. So we create add. Let's click on this add first. Okay, so add now. Here, I want to create a fixed asset. So this is a fixed asset that we're going to create. Then the name is this. is costs, land and building. Most times they normally separate the land from the building because it's assumed that land do not depreciate. That is what people assume. But the actual sense is some land actually depreciate, right? Depending on what's happened to the land. You go to places like the Niger Delta region, where you can see crude is being extracted from the ground. You will discover that most of the land there, they've lost their what's it called? They've lost majority of what make them to be that fertility. They are no longer fertile because the oil has actually spoiled most of the things on those lands. So most of those land they actually depreciate, but they actually, yes, they lost their what's it called now? They lose their value. Yeah. So most of those land. So if you also go to a land that erosion has eaten off, that kind of land also we lose is you cannot sell that kind of land for how much you bought it before. So if you have a land that is really affected by erosion and all that, you can't sell the land for, okay, so this is the furniture. You can't sell the land for the amount that you bought it originally. So that is, so whenever somebody is arguing with you and telling you that land cannot depreciate, I think you have something to tell the person that it depends on the area the land is located or situated, and depends on what has happened to the land. Okay, depends on what has happened to that kind of land. So we've done land. Let's do plant and machinery. So as we're creating it in the cost, we're also going to create the accumulated depreciation of it as well. So we come over here and we want to create our land, our plant and machinery. Then we want to put our code as well in the front. So this is our code. So when we are done with this, our land, sorry, when we're done with our property, plant and equipment, another thing I would like us to work on is our liabilities, right? Because our liabilities, I'm going to show, that is where we are going to now go and do a lot of our postings. If we want to do all those journal entries and all those stuff, so we need to actually have our current liabilities in place, because most of them goes to, because we're going to be showing that, okay, control accounts, slide control accounts, and every other thing, we're going to be creating them. So we need to have all those things in place. So this is our asset, our plant and machinery, which we've done. We also have our code of account for it, and then we are good to save it. And then we now create another one. So we have our fixed asset, that is 3. We want to create another one. So we also click on here, select fixed asset, then go and select the name. So the name here is motor vehicle now. I think it's almost the last one. Motor vehicle, we copy it. We come over here. We want to put it under the name. Then our code of account, we want to also go and select the code of accounts. All right. Ctrl C, and then we're going to go back and put it here. So let's save. We have saved it and all that. So we can go on and on and on and on and on and do all these things. But I feel that if we don't do it, if we actually limit what we want to learn, we can say that let's just start posting little by little, but there are certain things that I will not be able to do or to teach you if all these things are not in place. So for those people that are in ACE that feel that this thing is just repetition, I feel you need to pay attention, or you need to like be patient, right? Because if we don't do all these things, majority of the things I said I want to teach us, I won't be able to do it. I won't be able to show us. So we need to be patient. Let's just have this thing done once and for all. Okay, so we need to have it done once and for all. And you already know that we cannot upload, we can import it. We have to do it manually. So let's copy this. Control C, and then we come back and put it here. Okay, then we want to save. Okay, so we've had the fixed asset. So I think the next thing to do is to get the accumulated depreciation. So the fixed asset and the accumulated depreciation. Land and building is the first one. The accumulated depreciation is there. We copy this like this. We come back. We create a new, and it's also fixed asset. So don't forget, it's also fixed asset. We come and put it here. Accumulated depreciation. Then we want to select the code as well. So this is a code over here. We want to copy the code as well. Control C and come back here and come and put it right here. Okay, so that is that. I want to save out as well. Okay, want to create another one again. It's an assets account we are creating, fixed assets. The name of the account is plant and machinery. You copy it and then you come to your Chrome. You want to put it here and I want to put the code. This is the code of account. I want to put it right here. So, okay. So we now save it, and yeah. So accumulated depreciation, plant and machinery has been have been captured. Another thing we're going to look at is motor vehicle accumulated depreciation. We quickly copy Control C and come back to this place and also come and put it right here. So I would have mentioned that we should actually do this, but I don't know how many of us is actually doing it together with me, or maybe I'm the only one doing it. And if I don't do it now, it's not like everybody have this account that we're using. I would have mentioned that probably we should do it in our leisure time, but this is the account we are using for the lecture. So whatever we are going to do, we have to do it together in one accord so that we can all see the progress we've made, so that next time we want to use the account, we also see the progress effected in that account. Okay, so that's why I have to do it manually now. And yeah, so that's just it. I have to do it manually. So the next thing I want to do is I want to now check for the next one. We've done motor vehicle. Let's do more functions and fittings. Okay, Control C. I come over here and I want to put it right here. Okay, so I'll create new. I want to select fixed assets and I want to put this one here. Then I'm going to copy the code, which is right here. Control C. I come back. I want to put it back. Control V and save. All right. So lastly is this one. We copy it. We come over here. Click on new. Yeah, somebody sign this up. Okay, just give me 2 minutes. Somebody sign this up. I hope I didn't make mistake in what I'm doing actually. But let me just quickly go and check what it is that he wants to say. Want to see, then we'll come over here. We want to V, go to V it's save, and that is that. So let me quickly check what it is he wants to say. Okay, so all right, so let me see what we have here. We are following. Okay, thank you. Please, sir, can get these Excel charts of accounts of the group. I think I've sent it before, but people that don't have it, no problem. I will still share it on the group. Okay, let me let me enable our mic now. I will just hope that majority of us will not make noise. So our mic is active now. In case there's something that is important you want to say, you can actually say it. But if you don't have anything important to say, kindly don't stress us. Okay, so we now come over here. Then want to. Okay, so somebody's okay.
With regard to this chart of accounts, that we already had it in Excel and we are putting it manually there. So, but you made mention that before you created it there, again, you have to find out whether there is a similar one that was there. There you just have to maybe edit it and to suit your own chart of account before you have a duplicate.
Yes.
So how do I be checking before I create so that I won't have duplicate?
Okay, so what you do is just create your own the way we created our own like this. Just create your own.
All
Then
right.
once you've created your own, you now go there to start editing. Like start, you can see the way I'm doing it manually. So it will just take you just one time, just a lifetime. Just go there and do it, do a thorough work to make sure that because we can just go and copy the formats of whatever accounting software we are using. We can just copy the format, and that format we can just populate it and just come and put it. But yeah, so that's just it, sir.
All right. So I won't say something, but I just forgot. Just go ahead and say, okay, in respect of the one with the lock, what did you say about it? About editing the one with lock?
Okay, so the one that is locked, you just check. For instance, you can see that inventory was locked, right? So just check what was the name that we call our inventory. Our inventory, we call it spare parts, okay, stock. Just copy your own, go and edit that inventory that they put there, copy your own name, and just we use to replace the name that they call it. But you cannot change the account type. They've already locked that one to be inventory or stock. But you can edit the name so that when you're checking in, you see that, okay, this is our own inventory. Our inventory is spare parts, okay? Spare parts and all those stuff. So those ones that are locked, I think what you can do is before you even start creating, first go to the one that are locked. I think that is the first thing to do. Once you go to the ones that are locked and then you try to edit them to your taste, once you have been able to edit them to your taste, then every other thing is going to be smooth. You just like, okay, there's no duplicate anymore. Just continue to impute everything that you want to impute into the software. Okay, so I think that is what I needed to say so that you understand that. So,
thank you, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome, sir. So any other questions? So somebody asked a question now that how can he or she get the software into his or her system, right? So if it shows that you're also new, because the last time we met, we've looked at how to actually create a company on Zoho Books. You don't actually need a software because this is a software that is on cloud, right? You can go on your Chrome browser, search for it, and then you're going to see it. Search for it, and then you are going to see. Yes. So search for it, and then you are going to see the software over there. Okay, so that is that. Right. So I think that is fine. Let me not take any question again because it's actually distracting what I'm doing. For now, I'm not taking any question again till when I'm ready to take any question again. So let's quickly try and capture as much information as we want to capture today so that next time we meet, we know that we are not bothered about all these things that we've not captured again. So we will take more questions as the time goes on. So let's quickly go and do this one. I think it's important. This is what is actually limiting our posting for today. But I need to do it because there are a lot of people that don't also know how to go about it. So let me cancel out. I think there's one account I want to work on, and that account is actually liability. I think I'm not in the liability account. So let me click on liabilities. Yeah, so for liabilities, these are the liabilities that we have. We have the tax payable. We have which is going to be locked. We have account payable. So this is account payable. Now this is where all our people that supplied us, right? people that supply us, our trade payable. So this is where it goes to. So we just come and put the code here. So that's what I want to do. The code is here. This is locked to account payable already. So we just put the code over here, and then this is the account that whenever we are owing all those people, this is the account that that thing is posted to. So this is where you're going to be seeing the balance that we're owing our vendors. So that's why I just left that. That also is locked. So that is the first thing we're going to do. Then we come back again and check for other things. Other things that we can have is tax payable. The only tax that we can talk about is actually either withholding tax. Yes, withholding tax is there. We have payee. We have VAT. So those are the tax that are payable. So let's go and check what we're doing and quickly try as much. So we've done this one already. Yes, I put the code over there. Then let's check our salaries payable. Now this salary payable account, as I'm teaching us, I will also be explaining. So this is other current liabilities. So this section of other current liability is very, very important. It's very, very important because this forms most of the technicalities of your postings. So this is where whenever you want to pass like journal entry, most times all these transactions are what makes us to go and pass journal entry. Okay, you have to have a form of proficiency in accounting before you can go and post journal entry, right? So let's capture all these things. Also, is very, very important to the lecture that we're going to have. So where can we put that? Employee reimbursement, opening balance, deduction adjustment, other liabilities. Okay, so this is other coin liabilities. So we don't have on end revenue. Do we have on end revenue? Let me quickly check. On end revenue is here. Okay, fine. Staff creditor is here. Opening balance adjustment is here. So let's just quickly create new account. So we come here. Okay, the first thing, let's look at all the accounts that are already on ground. Opening balance adjustments. How do we have this 5 million? Yeah. Opening balance adjustment. So February. Okay. This account will hold the difference in the debit and the credit entry during the opening balance. Okay. So that's fine. So this is already here. So let's quickly come and edit it and just capture. Okay, I think the name is also accurate. I think the only thing that we need to do is we need to now check for the code. So this is the opening balance. So this is the code over here. Let us capture the code and just go and put it over there. So you can see that some accounts are just important. So we've not posted into this opening balance adjustment, but automatically by itself there is a postings in it already. So that is why most of these accounts, you don't just change them without you knowing. That's why they make sure that they lock those accounts. If you check this one out, this has been locked. So automatically, this account, this is what it warehouses. This account will hold the differences in the debit and the credit entry during the opening balance. Okay, fine. Let's now go to the next one, employee reimbursement. So I think this employee reimbursement is, you cannot. So this is also locked. So employee reimbursement is also locked. So I think this is going to be like a staff creditor. So let's check it. I think we have staff creditor over there. Yeah, we have staff creditor over here. So let's go and put it. Staff creditor. That is what we call it, but it's not like when you leave it as employee reimbursement, that will not make sense. It still makes sense, but this is what we just call our own. Is our staff creditor. That means that the staff, we are actually owing the staff. We need to pay the staff for whatever he has actually used his money to do for us. Okay, so copy this, Ctrl C. I come back over here and then I come and put it right in the code. Okay, so that's that. Then I close it. Now you can understand why I need to do all these things, right? So that we can have a smooth sailing, so that we don't need to start going back and forth. Then, yes, so now we have on end revenue. I think we also have something under on end revenue. Yeah, on earned revenue. So let's quickly copy this. We want to copy this, Control C, and then we want to put it right here. So we want to edit this one. Yeah, so we want to put it. So where revenue is there. So Control V, and then want to save it. So automatically we've almost exhausted all the liabilities are here. However, we have tax payable account. So this tax payable account, this is where we have our VAT. You can see that automatically we have postings that is here already. So these postings here, they are representing our VAT that is charged on the invoices. So this tax payable is different from the advanced tax account that I talked about. So that advanced tax account I talked about is actually withholding tax. The withholding tax that is deducted on our invoice was posted to that advanced tax account, and that is going to be an asset. But this is our VAT, which is our liability. So we want to edit this account. Okay, automatically this has been logged, but the name can be adjusted. So let's go and check what we want to call it. It's going to be our value added tax payable. So VAT. So when I Control C it, whatever name you want to call it, you can call it. But for us, we're going to call it value added tax account, value added tax payable. So we call it there. Okay. Then we want to put the code over here. So this is a code here. So this one now enables us to understand our account the more. Then I also need to now tell us how we now need to now post. We've seen all these things have been captured. The next thing is we need to now know what we need to post, how to post all these things. This is the technicality that we are looking at. So we'll be able to look at every other thing except for this dimension adjustment. So let's check this dimension adjustment. Is there anything there? No. This adjustment account tracks the transfer between different dimensions like tax, branches, and so on and so forth. So let's leave the account. Let's leave this account, right? Okay, let's leave it. So let's just go and create other accounts. So we've done this. All these ones have been done. All these ones have been posted. These have been posted. Fine. Then these have been posted as well. These have been posted as well. So, but we have other accounts that have not posted. So we have we posted staff salary? I'm not sure. We've not posted this one. So let's go and post the first one, which is our hair. So you see this account that we have here, we call it accruals, salaries and allowances payable. And what do we put there in this account? So this is the account where any money you're owing your staff that you have not paid, that is where it goes to. Okay, for instance, if you are a company that you normally owe your staff, right? Okay, so this is the account that you see the liability that you're owing as it relates to salaries for your staff. So we see accrued salaries and allowance payable. So this is the account. They want to put the code also in front of it. So the code is this code. We copy the code and go to C. I want to come back. I want to put the code right there. I'll also teach us how to post against it because this is a liability account, right? It's a liability account. You discover that at the point of recording or at the point of creating your payee template, your schedule, you can actually go ahead and pass your entries, right? Since you know that salaries will not change, you know that salary, though at times, salaries, they also capture it based on the numbers of days that the staff actually worked, right? But your payee for the month will not change because you are not paying salaries on a daily basis. It's assumed that once you have calculated your payee for the month or for the year, that amount is applicable all through the year. Okay, so So we just call this one accrued expenses. In case there are other accrued expenses that we might not remember now, we quickly post it under that account. So that's why I put it there. Okay, so I copy this one. I also want to come back over here. I want to come and put it right here. Control V. Then I save. Non-current liability. Is it non-current liability? Sorry. Wow. Thank God that I'm checking. This is it should be other current liability. Oh, thank God I checked it. Other current liability. I hope I didn't make the same mistake for the other one. Let me see. Other current liability, other current liability, other current. Fine. All of them are other current liabilities, except for our payee, account payable, and our dimension, whatever. So that is that. Then we have been able to create our salaries and allowance payable. We created this one. Let's go and create more. So we've created this one as well. So I just feel that today, probably all we are going to do is just create. Then, before we end the class, we're going to look at how to now pass entries into each of these accounts. But I say they are technical, right? How to pass entries into each of them so that at least we know that today we need to look at how to pass journal entries into the account. So let's go and do this one as well. We come over here and then want to create new and want to select other current liabilities. Other current liabilities, non-current assets, other current liabilities. So here is it. Then want to put this one here. Control V. Then want to go and copy the code. So you can see that it's actually easier for me to go back and start adjusting, also start editing. But it may not be easy for somebody that is not well, that does not have the knowledge of this thing. So that's why it's good that at that point where you are capturing your chart of account, you make sure that everything is captured before you start posting. So now, yeah, I didn't do that, but at the same time, because I know what ought to be in each of those accounts, I can easily come back, edit them, and do the needful to them. So we've done this. What do we do now? Is it withholding account? Okay, I think we have done withholding tax payable. I think now we have payee tax. So payee, pay as you earn. Pay as you earn. So let's just call it. We need to call it tax payable. Pay as you earn. Okay. Let me just go there and see. Over here, we can just call it pay as you earn. Okay, so we know that this is pay as you earn. Pay as you earn. So we know that that is pay as you earn, so that's fine. So I want to put the code as well. So the code is going to be this. You want to copy it and you want to put it right there. So far so good. We are doing well. So far so good. So we want to save it like that as well. It's making sense. So what else do we need? So we've done withholding tax, we've done these. So I think when we are done with these, we can rest a little and go and start posting. We can rest a little. Then the next thing we want to do is pension payable. Pension payable. Then somebody was asking the other day, is it necessary for us to put employee pension payable when we employer pension payable when we already have pension payable? It depends on you, right? Depends on you. So I think you can just put pension payable, since whether it's the one that was deducted from the staff or the one that is the responsibility of the employer, sorry, everything goes to our pension payable account. So we can leave it that way. So let's select this one, and here we put our pension payable account. Then we come and check the code. We check the code. This is the code here. So that is 27. Quickly copy and come and paste over here. All right, so that is that. You want to save. But on the other hand, in case you want to like just anyway, both of them, they are the responsibility of the employer. So once you have deducted it from the staff, automatically it becomes your responsibility to make sure that you remit it, and also you add your own 10% to it to make it 18%. Okay, so that is fine. Let's now come back to this side, right? Right. So we've done pension, I'm sure. Haven't we? I think we should have done pension. I think the last one we did now was pension. Yeah, pension payable. Yeah, we've done that. So let's quickly check for other things we need to do. Yeah, trade payable. This trade payable now, you can see that here we are having the first thing we had was account payable. And this our account payable, that is the account that ought to warehouse anything that's outstanding for our creditors. But since Zoho Books, if you don't pay for Zoho Books, you cannot capture the whole invoice of the vendor and then start paying the vendor little by little. So the only way in which you can do that, we can bypass Zoho Books whatever, is to go and create additional. We now create our trade payable account separately by ourselves. Okay, so this is where it ought to go to naturally, but want to now, since we cannot have it go to this account yet, because we are not able to now create all the full transaction of the vendor, so that we now start paying the vendor little by little to have what the vendor is, what is outstanding for vendors, which naturally should have reported here. So because we are not going to have that, we are going to now bypass it and go and create a trade payable account again. So we now go back to Zoho, right? We go back to Zoho Books. We want to click on new. Then we want to click on other liabilities. Other coin liabilities, other coin liabilities. Then we want to create this account over here. Then the code. We're going to put the code right here. So we copy the code and we want to put it here. So we put the code here, okay? So fine, and then we save it. I want to teach us how to use a sub account, but not now. But let's just finalize with these other account that we're working on. So we've done this one, right? We've done pension payable. We've done this. The last one is this, which I said we can actually let go since we already have our pension payable account. That's fine. You can also go and do your bank loan payable. So let's just do the last one for bank loan payable. Bank loan payable, we copy it, we come over here and we create. So this one now is under non-coin liability, not other coin liability. Now this is non-coin liability. So let me show. So this is non-coin liability, right? So we come here, we put the name, non-coin liability. That is it past 1 year. A liability that passes 1 year, so we call it that. So we now come here, we copy these, right? Control C, and then we come back to this place and want to put it right here. So we save out. Now we've had all these things, right? But now once you have your other coin liability, you also need to capture some expenses as well. And those expenses are also very, very important for us when we are creating our, what's it called? When we are creating our journal entry, right? So let's just go and select those few expenses that I know are very important to us that will relate to our other coin liability. So let's go and check for them. I think we've created all these ones. Have we created this share capital account? I'm not sure. But I know that we've created sales account, we've created cost of sales. Yeah, so we have operational expenses. Let's leave that for now. And let's leave that for now. And then let's go and try to work on just the normal expenses, the normal expense account, which we're going to work on. So let's check for, I'll just pick them one by one, the ones that I know that are very, 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 very important. So the first one we're going to pick that is very, very important is what we call this account, employer's pension contribution. Okay, so employer pension contribution, we're going to pick it, right? Admin employer pensions contribution, we're going to pick it. We're also going to pick what else are we going to pick? We're going to pick admin salaries and allowances. Then we're going to pick what else? All right. So I think those two are actually very important to us. Rent and rates, cleaning and stationaries, printing and salaries. Okay, let's start from here. So let's now capture these our salaries and allowances. So the first salaries and allowances that we capture was actually accrued. But this is the admin. So I'm going to teach us what we need to do, and then why do we have it as fee. So let's come back to our chart of accounts, and this is going to be under expense account. So let's come here. Let's go straight to our expenses. So let's search for expense, asset, liabilities, equity, income, expense account. Fine. So this is our expense account. So let's see, do we have any account that is locked? We have purchase discount. We have uncategorized. We have purchase discount. What else? We have other expenses. What else is locked? We have exchange gain and losses. What else is locked? So I think what else? We have bank fees and charges. Fine. We have bad debt account is also locked. Okay, so fine. So we don't have. I think we don't actually have our salaries that we're looking for. So let's just go and create a salary account. Yeah, we have salary account here actually. So we have salaries and expense and employee wages. So let's click on it. Okay, once we click on it, we click on edit. Right. So it's not locked. So it's an expense account, and this is not how we want it to be. Let's make it the way we want it to be. Wants to be like this. Okay. Let me show that I'm still on the call. Okay, so if you are still together, give me a thumbs up. If you are still following, let me see. Fine. Okay, so we're almost done. I just want to create 3 accounts now. Once we create that 3 account, then we can go on to okay, so somebody said that is SAR is like we have, okay, SAR, the staff creditor, can we call it staff payable? Yeah, you can. It's also possible. You can also call it staff payable as well. And what other question? Sir, is it possible to upload the chart of account we created instead of doing it manually? Well, it's possible, but I would advise it. But it's possible. Good evening, sir. Please, how can we get the software on our system? Okay, I think I've answered that before. Then, yeah, they say it is based on sales and purchases. Okay, it's if you're making payment and you, okay, so that's fine. Somebody have answered that. Thank you for that. So let's quickly go and copy. Let's go and do like 3 extra account. Sorry, 3 extra stuff. Once we do 3 extra like this one, let's do this one first. We copy this. Okay, I think we've done that. Probably we just need to like get the code, right? So the code of account is what we want to get now. Of course, copy it, and then we want to now Control C. Once we keep, we want to come back to this is our chart of accounts, and we want to put the code of account right here. So once we put that there, then you want to click on save. You're good. Then another thing I said that we are going to work on is our pension. I'm not sure there's going to be pension yet. So this is on categorize, travel expense, telephone expense, repairs and maintenance, rent, purchase discount, printing and stationery, postage, other expenses, office supplies, meal and entertainment, lodging, janitor's expense, IT and internet expense, exchange gain and loss, depreciation expense, credit card, and all that. So consultant expense, bank charges, okay, automobile expense, advertising and marketing. So let's go and check. We need to create that pension account. So we've worked on this one. So let's paint it. So now that we've worked on this one, okay, we are almost done with our chart of account. We've done this. Then the next thing we want to work on is we want to work on our yeah. So this is it. Employer's pension contribution. When we have employer pension contribution, we'll do employer pension contribution. What about the normal pension contribution? Admin. Let me check. It should be that one now. Admin. Pension, printing, meal, pension. Okay, employer pension contribution for admin. What about the normal pension contribution? Okay, so let me go down. Yeah, so down here we have our. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so that's fine. So let's go back to it. Okay, so when I come over here, when I copy this, right? We copy this, Control C, and want to come over here, and we are going to. So we have this one already. So let's click on Add. Plus, we have to have another one. So here it's going to be expense. So we're going to look for expense. So this is the expense, right? Then here I want to say Control V. Fine. Then I want to check for the code of account. So this is the code of account. I want to copy it right here and then go to C, and then I want to come back to this place and put it right here. So fine. At the end of the day, we are good. So I think we have captured enough things now to enable us go on with our posting. So what we're going to do today now is, since we have gotten all these things correctly, right? Now we can now start posting correctly. So what we want to do now is, let's say we're going to check how salary is being treated. How is salary treated? Okay. So when you go to your normal salary account, let me see if I can check any salary account that we've done before. Our payroll. Let me see if I can see any payroll accounts. Payroll account. Let me come and search. Let me search for salary. Let me check for that. Okay, so I think I have these right here. So let me open in the file location, then open this way. Yeah. So let's look at our salaries, right? So I'll look at our salaries. It's going to open now. Just give it some minutes. Okay, it's going to open shortly. Let's give it some minutes. It's actually delaying, actually. Close all these. Okay, is it here already? Not yet. What is causing the delay? Okay, let me open it again. I don't know what's wrong with that file. Salary. Okay. Now, salary. Yeah, that's it. Okay, salary. I told you the other time. Why is it? I'm not seeing it any longer. I'm busy open already. Okay. Okay, salary. Okay, so this is it here. Okay, so open. Then I want to open it with Excel. I don't want it to be opened with other file. I want it to be opened with Excel. Close this one. I just wonder why this thing is not coming up. I think it's here already. I'm coming. I wonder why it's not opening. Sorry. It's not opening, and I wonder why our salary is not opening. So I'll close this one now. Save and close. So let me open it again. It's opening now. Okay. So now this is our salary account now. So this salary account, normally when you have done your payee computation, so you want to go straight to, okay, did I lock this screen? Let me see. Okay, this is locked. I can actually unlock this. So let me just do something like, okay, let me do something like this. Right. Then these, I want to make it smaller. Oh. Okay, so this is it. Now what I want to do is that I don't like the way this thing is locked. Let me just unlock it. Let me unlock it. Go to home or go to view data or review. Go to view. Yeah, so unfreeze the pane. Yeah, so it's fine now. Yeah, so I think we are good now. We're good. So let's now check here. So now we have you go to this is our payee computation. When you go to the last end of our sheet, you're going to see what we have as our gross salary. So you are going to have your gross salary like this, right? So your gross salary is going to be like this. And let me check. Let me use this one. So this is your gross salary actually. Now your gross salary, from your gross salary, you will now check out for, you already know what is applicable, right? We have our pension, which is going to be 8% of our basic housing and transportation, which is fine. Then, yeah, so all the deductions, actually, all the deductions, you're going to consider it. So the gross salary is like a whole, okay? This gross salary now, where do we post it to? So let's go and check back for our chart of account. Let's check back for our chart of account so that we know what we need to do at every point in time. So let's open this, the chart of account. Okay, open it in location, then. Okay, then let me open it with the Excel. So now the gross salary, you want to know where we need to post it, okay? So now let's scroll down to the bottom. You will check it in your file. You will see that this gross salary, I have it like this. So now the gross salary, you're going to post it to your admin salaries and allowances. You under expenses. So that gross amount, you're posting the gross amount to your admin salaries and allowance expenses. So that's where you're going to post it to. And it's going to be on the debit side because it's like an expense, right? The gross amount is going to be here. Then we're now going to check your breakdowns. What are the breakdowns that you have in front? So you have your gross salary here. Then that is where you're going to post that one. Then next thing you want to do is you want to check what are the breakdown. You have pension. Yes, so you have pension, for instance. You have, if you are doing NHF, you're also going to capture it. Yeah, if you are doing NHIS, NSITF is not there. Also, your ITF is not part of it. Then what else? Yeah, if you are doing this life assurance, okay, this life assurance now is like something you have paid in advance, right? You have paid it in advance, and I think, yeah, so you have paid this in advance, right? So this is not going to be part of it. Then you have your consolidated relief. Then you have your payee. You have your payee that you need to now pay. So what you're going to have over there, you're going to have your tax, which is your payee for the month. So whatever gross that we're going to pick, is that gross that we are going to post to this place. Don't forget that as we are paying you your salary, we know all the deductions that is allowed. So your gross salary now, we are dividing it into your net salary is going to be there. After we deducted every other thing like pension, we deduct NHF, we deduct all those things. So all those things that we deducted, but we have not remitted, they are going to be on the credit side. Yeah, that's what we are going to post to other current liabilities. So, but the total amount, the gross amount, is going to be under your admin salaries and allowances. But those different breakdown that we make those things, like before you have your net salary, what did you deduct? You deduct payee, you deduct pension, you deduct this, you deduct that. So those things are what you are going to now come and classify over here as your these are the things that's going to become your those are the things that are going to be on your credit side. It's going to be your other current liabilities. So, and that is how we're going to go to pay to post it in that our account. So, but one thing I'm looking at for now is this. If we have your gross salary, right, we ought to say your net salary plus your plus your pay as you earn that we deducted from you, plus your pension. So everything ought to give you like the total, it ought to give you like the gross salary. So that gross salary, we are posting into admin salaries and allowance, and then all the different breakdown that we broke it down into, we are posting them into other current liabilities. So at the end of the day, everything should balance. Everything ought to balance. Okay. So it means that the total gross salary that you have is also going to be the total that you are going to have right over here. So now there's one thing I'm looking at for. If in your salaries, right? If in your salaries you have this aspect where you have your consolidated relief, and this your consolidated relief is actually like it's going to make your summation not to be accurate, because if from your gross salary we broke down all these things, we have all these deductions, we have the pension that we took out of it, we have your NHF that we took out of it, right? But we've not remitted this on your behalf, so it's going to be like a liability to us. Then we have probably we have a group life, we have then your rent relief. Okay, so all these things that you might likely not actually need to actually pay, you can decide not to include it. For instance, your life assurance that you have done is only going to be like something that will cushion, that will reduce your tax liability, right? So it means that this amount plus the rent relief will not be deducted from your salary. It means that the net salary that will come to you is going to be your normal net salary plus what is saving you tax. What is saving you tax? Number one, we can talk about the rent relief. It's also going to be part of your net salary. So that at the end of the day, when you add your net salary plus your payee, plus your pension, plus your NHF that you are paying, everything will give you 100%, right? Because your gross salary is what we're going to put here, right? So that's your, what's it called? Your rent relief is only saving you tax. It's only saving you tax. So meaning that that's net salary we're going to pay you is going to be, the only thing we're going to deduct from it is this payee, right? Is it only this payee and only this pension and only this NHF, right? So all that things are just saving you, they're only saving you tax. They are saving you tax. Like your life assurance is going to save you tax. It doesn't mean that it will reduce the salary we're going to pay to you. No, it will not take away your net salary, okay? But it's going to save you tax that you're going to pay to government. Even your consolidated relief also will save you tax that you're going to pay to government. So therefore, your addition will not be, your net salary is going to be this amount that you save here plus your consolidated relief is going to add to it, right? Because it's just saving you tax. It means that they won't deduct that out of your net salary. Then plus your NHF plus your pension, everything together will now give you the 100%, which is your gross salary. I just want to let you understand why we didn't need to now come and put as our current liability. We didn't need to put our rent relief, because we're not actually owing anybody. It's actually a relief to us. So we're not owing anybody. So what you're going to have here is that you're going to have your payee. So this is what you're going to do. Your gross salary is going to be here, right? Then your net salary is going to be your gross salary minus whatever you are going to remit, like your pension, like your payee. Then if you have NHF also your NHF. Whatever is remaining is going to be your net salary. So then your net salary comes to your accrued salaries and allowances payable. So that at the end of the day, when we go on our Zoho Books, when we add these accrued salaries payable plus our payee plus our pension, then if there's NHF plus our NHF, everything gives you the gross salary. Are we together? Are we together? Hope I'm not alone on this call. Are we together? Are we following? Hope I'm not confusing us. Okay, fine. So yeah, I'm sure I'm not confusing us. So that's how you're going to treat it. Okay. So let's now go to our Zoho Books. Let's assume that we've already had our gross salary, right? So let's say our gross salary for that period was so amount. So let's go and check. Let's check. Let's do a live picking, right? Let's assume that we are working for this guy. Okay, all these people, we don't need to pay them NHF and whatever. All these ones are not payable. Okay, so we're going to deduct all these ones away from here. I hope it won't give us an error. Okay, so this NSITF and ITF, they are not actually supposed to be here. Okay, so the only thing that is going to be deducted is your NHF, your pension, and so on and so forth. No life assurance. Then also, they're also going to have like your consolidated relief. So this is what we need to do. What is our gross salary? We come over here. These are our gross salary. Let's say we are doing for which of the guys should we do for? Let's see. Let's do for this guy. Okay. I want to check which of them should we do for. Okay, let's try to do for these guys. I'm coming. I think I use this thing to do like I just use this thing to just do like something. But let's do it for this person. Let's do for this person, okay? So let's come over here. So what is the guy's gross salary? The guy's gross salary is actually this amount. Right? So this is the guy's gross salary. So let's copy it. Copy, and we come to our So we now come over here. So this is gross salary. We come over here, right? We want to put it here. And don't forget that the gross salary we are talking about is not only per staff, it's the total gross salary we are paying to all staff. Okay, the total gross salary we are paying to all staff. Then we now say the total gross salary we are paying to all staff minus, because you're not going to be doing it for individual staff. No, it's only once we are uploading everything. So the total gross salary. So let's go and check. Let's check for the good total gross salary. So we come down to the bottom and pick the total gross salary. So that's what we're supposed to pick. So if there is the total cost, let's sum it. Let's say alt equals to alt equals. Then we want to now select all the salaries I want to use. Okay, so let's say we are working on the total gross salary. Okay, so this is looking fine. So we enter. The total gross salary is this amount. Then the next thing we want to say is that what are the deductions? The deductions that you know that is allowed right here is our pension is allowed. Right, our pension is allowed. Then let's say our NHF also is allowed. So let me also copy these and let me come and put it right there. NHF is also allowed. Ctrl V. Fine. So what we are going to do, we are going to also sum our pension. We are also going to sum our NHF. So we come over to the bottom. We also want to sum all these. So let me go and copy the formula. Okay, I'll just copy this formula like this. Ctrl C. Then I'll come right over here. I think this is going to be our pension, and then it's going to be our whatever. So now we already have the total of our pension, the total of our NHF, right? Then what else are we checking? Okay, so we now come over to this side. Let's check for our payee. We now come over here. So these are consolidated relief. We are not bothered about it because we assume that it's not all of them that pay their rent. So if it's not all of them that pay their rent, that means it's not all of them that we actually enjoy the relief. Okay, so it's not all of them. So let's now come here. Let's check for the tax that we are paying. So the tax payable is actually the tax payable. So this is the total taxable income. This is the computed tax. Right, so this is the annual tax. So let's go down. Let's go down to the bottom. and let's also have the formula right here. So let me color it so that we can know where the formula should be. I'm coloring this place. Then I want to come back over. Sorry, I've colored that place, and let's come back to this side and copy the formula. Okay, so this is the formula. Here's the formula. I want to copy the formula, Control C. I want to come right here, and then also I want to put it right here. So now there's one thing I want to let us note. Note that this is the annual, right? So let's now start taking. So this is our payee. So let's copy this. So we copy our payee. This is our annual, right? We copy it, Control C. We come over here, and then we'll come and put it here. So this is our annual. But don't forget that this thing we are doing, we always do it every month. It's not annual. We don't do this annually. We do it every month. So what do we do? We've copied our pension, we've copied our task, right? We come over here, right? Since we come over here, we now say we want to put it here, Control Special, Control 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's very okay. So what we now do is that when I come here, when I say equal to, right? We now say this value times 1/12, because we only need 1 month out of 12 months. So that is the amount we're going to have. So everything is going to be times 1/12. That is fine. Then we also want to check for, so this is how we are able to get our pay as you earn. So this is our payee. This is where we put our payee to. Payee. This is our payee. Okay, that's fine. Then the next thing we want to go and pick also is our gross salary. So let's go and check for our gross salary. Our gross salary is actually not here. Our gross salary is actually here. Let's go and check. Let's go all the way down. All the way down. I think this is our gross salary, right? So let's copy this, our gross salary, just like the way we did, Control C. And don't forget that it's also monthly that we are going to treat, right? So we'll come over here, we'll come and put this one here. Control 1, 2, 3, paste 1, 2, 3. We now say here equal to, we now say this amount times 1 divided by 12. We now put on enter, then it has reduced the value to this amount. Okay, so let me reduce this over like this. Okay, a little. Okay, fine. So we have this one now. This is by month. Then the next thing we want to check is our pension. Let's go and check for our pension. Our pension is going to be right here. So our pension is the first thing we're going to contact. So this is our pension. We'll copy, Control C. We come over here and we want to put it right here. So where's our pension? Our pension. So this is our pension right here. So here we want to put it as space special 1, 2, 3. Then we now say here equal to this. When I come to the end, we now say times 1 divided by 12, because we are taking only 12 months. That is fine. Then the next thing we want to do is that additional thing that we want to have there is we're going to have additional line, because here we assume that this staff, they have NHF. Yes, they are paying NHF, right? They are saving NHF. So let's assume there's NHF, which we did not create before, right? Automatically, we can go on and say, okay, we can delete the NHF, but we don't want to do that. Let's assume that there's NHF, okay? So we just say, okay, there's NHF. So we say NHF. Whatever the NHF is also a current liability, because we are owing it, we have not paid. Then we now come over here and say our NHF is going to be, so this is pension. This is pension, right? Pension. So these are pension. Pension. Then our NHF, we come to the NHF again. Okay, here is it. Then we come here, we copy this one. These are our NHF, because these are the deductions that these guys are deducting, and then we need to remit it on their behalf. So until we remit it, it's still going to be our liability. So we come over here, want to paste it special. Then we have to say, okay, equal to this. Then we now say times 1/12. We click on enter, then we have gotten this amount. So to now get this, our, what's it called? To get our net salary, I'm going to say equal to, we now click on this one, right? We now say minus sum, open our bracket, we now select these and these. We close our bracket and we click on enter. Okay, so automatically, when you add all this side together, it's going to give you this side, okay? So that is that. So to now get our employee pension contribution, is going to be equal to, right? Don't forget that our normal contribution is 8%. So employees contribution is going to be equal to 10/8 times our pension. 10/8 times the pension is going to give us what the employer is going to pay. This also is going to become equal to this. Okay, so that's how we're going to have it. So let me ask, is there anybody that is finding it difficult to assimilate this? So to explain it now further, let me tell us that exactly the way I've done the manual journal here, okay? Exactly the way I've done the manual journal here, this is exactly the way you're going to do it in your on Zoho. The first thing you're going to take is the admin salaries and allowance payable, which is going to be the gross monthly salary for the month. Then you're not going to ask, what are the deductions that we deducted from this salary? Don't forget that this is the total salary of all staff. We're not doing it per staff. We're doing it for all staff. So you're then going to ask yourself, okay, what is the deduction that we deducted? For instance, payee is a constant amount. What is the total payee that we are going to pay per month? We are going to add it here. What's the total pension, which is going to be 8% of our basic housing and transportation? So we did it over here, right? We take it to monthly. Then any other deduction also, maybe you have your NHF that you deducted also from staff salary. Make sure that whatever you are capturing is something that has been deducted from the salary. So we also put this one over here. So you now say, okay, what is now going to be the net salary we are paying to them? It's going to be the gross salary minus all the deductions. I'm going to get this one. So to now get the employer's pension, it's just going to be equal to 10/8 times the employee pension. And that is how we're able to get all this. So exactly the way it is like this, that is also how we are also going to post it in Zoho Books. So are we together? Are we together? Are we gaining from this lecture? Okay. So I think we have passed our time. It's already 10:05. So let's stop the class here, right? Let's stop the class here so that we can continue some other time. So I want to implore all of us, try as much as possible to make sure you practice. Practice makes perfection, right? So somebody have a question, you can unmute and speak. Let me see if I've given out the permission to do that. Okay, so you can speak now.
Good evening. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
So my question is regarding the accumulated depreciation, which you asked us to put under the assets as well as the costs. So I'm trying to understand how that would work, because I understand accumulated depreciation is supposed to be a credit balance. So I'm trying to see how that will work against the costs of the assets, which is a debit balance.
Yeah, okay, thank you for that question. Okay, so most times, okay, somebody actually sent a chat. Most times, Sam, when you purchase your assets, right, it's not immediately that the asset will, are you not dropping the recording class for us to reflect? Please help us share the lecture. But if you check your group, you will see the lecture. So now, as I said, once it finishes recording, I'm going to drop it. Okay, it has not saved yet. We are still recording as we speak. So as I said, sir, when an asset is purchased, right? So this is what usually happens. It's an expense. It's a normal expense. So you go to your. So let's quickly treat it so that you understand what is going to be done. So let's assume that an asset was actually purchased. Thank God that we've captured everything that we need to capture. So just come to your normal purchases, right? When you go to your normal purchases, then you now click on expense. When you click on expense, then you now click on new expense, right? So if you click on new expense, like let's say today was the date we bought the asset, we want to select the expense type. So we now select the expense type. The expense type is actually, is actually, let's say is furnitures and fittings, or is motor vehicle. Let's assume we bought a motor vehicle. We click on the motor vehicle, right? Once we click on the motor vehicle, then let's say the amount is like 13 million. 13 million, okay? So you capture the 13 million, 1, 2, 3, fine. Then the next thing is that, where are we paying it through? We paid it through, let's say, Fidelity Bank, right? We paid it through Fidelity Bank, fine. Then did we pay tax on it? Who is the vendor that actually supplied us? So we now quickly go and check for our vendors. Is there any vendor that we have? We have this vendor. Let's select this vendor. Let's assume it's the one that normally supplies us. So this vendor now, let's take away the tax, because we don't want to say, oh, do we pay tax on it? Okay, let's assume we pay tax on it. Okay, fine. So the amount. So because we are picking tax exclusive, it means that this amount is the original amount we bought it. Then we now pay tax on this amount. Okay, we can actually choose tax inclusive to mean that this 30 million is inclusive of both tax. But I always like putting it as tax exclusive so that we now calculate the tax separately. Okay, so let's assume we pay tax on this vehicle. Fine. Then the next thing we want to do is I want to now have in can you hear me?
Yes, I'm still with you, sir.
I don't know who is calling. Can anybody hear me? It's disrupting my whatever I'm doing. I don't know why they are calling, and then so let's continue. So now so we are looking at that. Then you go on to put your description. Now, because this transaction, we are not buying this vehicle for any customer. The only time when you need to select a customer name is when the whatever purchase you are buying, you are trying to buy it for fixing of the customer's vehicle, right? But now we cannot select any customer name because we are not buying. This is our normal account. It's a fixed asset. So once we've done that, we can go on to save it. So automatically, this is saved as our asset at cost. Now, the next thing you want to do is that next time you want to now treat this thing, you now go and use, what is it called for it? You go and use journal. You now come to where you have your accounting, right? Now come to your journal, and then from your journal now, you already have your asset at cost. Then you want to now post a depreciation to it. Just come to your journal, select whatever you want to do. So what you are going to do is that because it's a depreciation, we now credit accumulated depreciation of that asset and debit that asset. So I hope this explains what you need to do, sir. Hello, sir.
Okay, I think I get it. I'll try to do a practice on my own and get that. Thank you very much.
Yes, so what you do is that since we have captured that asset as a normal expense, then when the time comes for you to now pass your depreciation to it, you pass a journal entry, you now what's the word now? You credit the asset, right? And you now debit accumulated depreciation. Hold on. Yeah, so that is not it. I think your cost, your asset is going to be at cost, right? So your asset is going to be at cost. So I'm looking at the account that you need to debit, because normally they tell you that you credit your accumulated depreciation and
you debit your expense account.
Yes, your expense account. Yes, so the depreciation account, that's it. Yes, so you debit your depreciation account, which we have the depreciation account that we have in the book. So you debit your depreciation. So let's quickly check that depreciation account quickly. I think we have a depreciation account. We have let me check. I think there's a depreciation account here. You debit so that the asset is going to be at cost at all times. So this is the depreciation account, right? You debit this account, which is your profit and loss, and you credit accumulated depreciation account. So that's how it's going to be treated. Okay, fine. So any other question? Can we call it today for today? I can see some people raising their hands.
So it is two leg entries when you want to pass depreciation. I mean, hello.
I can hear you.
Yes, I think you when you credit the asset first, then you debit depreciation account. From depreciation account, you credit it, then you debit accumulated depreciation. Is that how we can pass the entries?
Okay, so basically,
All right.
yeah, so basically the treatment is what I've explained to you. What you do is that you now want to go and pass your journal entry, right? So you go and credit then you now debit depreciation accounts. Okay, so that's how you're going to treat it.
The voice was cutting. I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, so let me repeat it again.
All right, sir. It cuts again.
Hello, can you hear me?
Now I can hear you, but all you are saying, it was cutting.
Yes, sorry. A caller keep coming and I have to like answer the person. So what you do is that you credit accumulated depreciation accounts and debit your depreciation accounts. So that when you now have it under that your asset, it's under fixed asset, you're going to see your what's it called? Your asset is going to always be at cost. Then you are going to see your accumulated depreciation is going to be having a credit balance. So when you net it together, when you like net it off, you're going to have it's just like when you have a debit and then you have a credit. So when you net it off, everything comes back to normal. So is that okay, sir, by you, Mr. Ibrahim?
Actually, sir, I didn't get you.
Okay.
Okay, I didn't understand.
So this is what you do.
You said that you remain at cost without reducing that means without reducing the value of the asset.
Yes. I mean? Yes. So you are not reducing the value of the asset. The asset is always going to be at cost. But your accumulated depreciation is what you're going to be crediting each time a depreciation is passed on that asset. So for instance, when we calculate the depreciation on that asset, you debit your normal profit and loss, you credit your accumulated depreciation.
Okay.
Yeah. So you just continue to do that until at the end of the day, you discover that your accumulated depreciation, for instance, if your asset is like 12 million, you continue to credit your accumulated depreciation account until the accumulated depreciation is also showing 12 million. So obviously, debit is 12 million, credit is 12 million. They net each other off. There's nothing remaining there. So Mr. Ekunjumi Bolanle, or is it a lady?
Yes, sorry, sir. Good evening. It's the lady, sir.
Okay, go on.
Sorry, sir. I know there's no time, not much time. It's just on this asset and depreciation and accumulated depreciation. If I'm not mistaken, the first entry you pass when the asset was purchased, I can see the asset was passed to debiting expense. So I was thinking an asset being purchased, we were meant to debit the assets account and credit our bank. So that asset account you've debited goes to your balance sheet, is an asset. While the second entry now comes in when you pass the journal of debiting your depreciation and crediting your accumulated depreciation, depending on the useful life of the asset.
Yeah, that's exactly what we did, ma. So let me show us. That's exactly what we did. Look at it now. So now let me now tell you something. Under this year, when you come to your Zoho Books, right? Your Zoho Books, all sales are going to be recorded from the sales account. All expenses, all purchases, all anything you go and buy, anything you purchase, assets will be purchased now. You go and purchase your asset. So assets are also expenses. Just know that assets are expenses as well. But the only thing is that those expenses, they don't allow you to take all of them at once, because they tell you that, okay, this asset is going to last us for more than one accounting period. So why do you want to take all the expense in one accounting period? So then I said, okay, spread it across all the periods that this this asset will be used. So it means that both assets and both expenses, they have the same balance. They have debit balances. So when you come over here, you want to record your purchase, right? You purchase an asset, come to your expense, click on expense, right? When you click on your expense, then these are the expenses that we've done. Click on new. When you click on new, then the date is there. Select the type of expense that you are trying to talk about. Is it an expense that span beyond one accounting period, or is it an expense that is just for one accounting period? So just check for it. You will discover that here you have cost of sales, you have admin expenses, you have a lot of things. So we are looking for, like all this. So you can see your costs, asset at cost. So just select any one of them. So you want to select any one of them. We'll see like motor vehicle, office expenses. So you've selected this asset. Automatically, it's an asset. Assets are always debited. So what you do is that you select the amount. Let's say there is a 5 million. Okay, we are putting 5 million. Okay, so this is like 5 million. Then you now want to say that, okay, is it tax exclusive or this 5 million? So the question you're asking yourself is that this amount, this 5 million, is it tax inclusive or is it tax exclusive? So I always like to put tax exclusive. So then where are we paying it to? Where did we pay this, the money for this asset from? Where will we pay the money from? Maybe our Wema Bank. Okay, we select our Wema Bank. Then,
yes,
did we pay? Hello?
Yes, very clear. I just want to see that that asset is debited. That's all.
Okay.
That's all. It's fine.
Okay, no problem.
Very clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so any other question? Everybody, any other question? Can we call it today? Who has any other? Okay, I think that is fine. We're all okay. So from next time, I think what is outstanding is just the little expenses, which are not important. But I've selected those key ones. I cherry pick them, those key expenses that we must incur, and those are the ones that I've selected, so that when we come next time, you can start posting and all that. So thank you everybody for your time. For those people asking if the classes are recorded, yes, the classes are always recorded. You can always